Hello and welcome to another Finnish Gear Reviews video. Today we will find out what the Finnish Defence Forces were up to in the month of May 2026. This month's Finnish Defence Forces recap has one clear theme. Finland is not just buying equipment, Finland is building a system. A system that watches the airspace, reacts to drones, trains with allies, expands wartime industry, updates conscription, strengthens cyber forces, and keeps supporting Ukraine. And the biggest story of this month might not be one single purchase or one single exercise. It is how all of these pieces are starting to connect. Let's start with Ukraine. Finland announced its 33rd package of defense material aid to Ukraine. The contents are not being made public for operational reasons, but the value of this package is about 128 million euros. With this package included, Finland's defense material support to Ukraine has now reached about 3.4 billion euros. That is a major number for a country the size of Finland, and it shows that Finland still sees Ukraine's fight as directly connected to Finland's own security. And this connects to another major announcement. Finland says it will exceed NATO's wider defense and security spending target in 2026. NATO's new target is not just traditional military spending, it is split into 3.5% for core defense spending and 1.5% for broader defense and security-related spending. Finland says it will already exceed that wider 1.5% target in 2026. That matters because Finnish defense has always been about more than just the defense forces. It includes readiness, infrastructure, national resilience, border security, stockpiles, industry, and the whole society's ability to function in a crisis. And this month gave several real-world reminders of why that matters. There were two suspected airspace violations. First, in Virolahti, a drone was observed near the eastern border flying in the direction of Russia. The model and origin were not identified, but the border guard began investigating. Then later in May, a Russian military aircraft was suspected of violating Finnish airspace over the Gulf of Finland near Porkkala, while reportedly avoiding a thunderstorm. The Finnish Air Force responded with an operational flight, and the investigation was started immediately. On top of that, Finland also raised its readiness after receiving information about drones that could possibly stray into Finnish territory. The public danger warning was later lifted, but the defense forces continued enhanced monitoring. So when we talk about drone defense and air surveillance, this is not theoretical anymore, and the Air Force is training exactly for that. The Air Force practiced counter-drone operations in southeastern Finland using an MD-500 helicopter as a target model. The helicopter is larger than most drones, but it can simulate important parts of the threat profile like speed and altitude. The exercise did not use live ammunition, but the point was to train the detection and response chain. That is the important part, not just shooting something down, but finding it, tracking it, classifying it, and deciding what to do quickly enough. And this same theme shows up in the big exercises. Karelian Sword 26 wrapped up in southeastern Finland with over 10,000 soldiers. The exercise was led by the Karelia Brigade and spread across Kymenlaakso, South Savo, and South Karelia. This is exactly the kind of area where Finland would need large-scale ground defense, mobility, logistics, and cooperation between different units. At sea, the Navy-led narrow waters exercise also ended, and the messaging there was about a broader change in how operations are conducted. Finland's coastal and archipelago environment is difficult, narrow, and complicated. So exercises like this are about more than ships. They're about sensors, command, coastal troops, mobility, mines, air defense, and joint operations all working together. The Navy also had a major milestone this month. The second Pohjanmaa-class multi-role corvette was launched in Rauma. Finland is getting 4 of these new corvettes, and all 4 are already in production. This is one of the most important naval programs in modern Finnish history, because the Pohjanmaa-class is meant to replace several older capabilities and give Finland a stronger presence in the Baltic Sea. And on land, the CAVS program continues to grow. Finland and Latvia agreed on developing the protected all-terrain vehicle family. And Norway joined the CAVS framework agreement for serial procurement of Patria 6x6 vehicles. Patria also announced technology transfer steps with Lithuania and continued pushing its armored vehicle programs in Europe, including cooperation connected to the Czech 8x8 program. This is bigger than one vehicle. CAVS is becoming a European armored mobility ecosystem, with Finland and Patria near the center of it. That is important for wartime production, maintenance, spare parts, training, and interoperability between NATO countries. Patria also signed a letter of intent with the city of Hämeenlinna to strengthen the local defense industry ecosystem. That might sound less exciting than a new armored vehicle, but it matters. Defense readiness depends on factories, skilled workers, supply chains, testing areas, and the local industrial support. And Patria also partnered with ANPC on a transportable transponder landing system. In simple terms, this is about mobile precision approach and landing support for aviation. That kind of capability matters when you need aircraft to operate from dispersed or temporary locations, especially if normal infrastructure is limited or threatened. That brings us to the Air Force and Allied training. Italian F-35 fighters landed for the first time at a Finnish road base in Jokioinen during imminent Field 2026. That is a big deal because Finland's road base concept is one of the most famous parts of Finnish air defense. The idea is that aircraft should not depend only on a few major air bases. They need to be able to disperse, survive, refuel, rearm, and keep operating. Seeing Allied F-35s practice that in Finland shows how Finnish methods are now becoming part of NATO's wider playbook. Finland is also participating in NATO's Ramstein Flag 26 exercise, which stretches from Finland to Spain. The point is Allied air interoperability, making sure NATO air forces can operate together across a huge area. And Finland's cyber forces also had a milestone. An Air Force cyber unit made up of professional personnel and reservists passed an evaluation in the United States. That is important because modern air operations are not just aircraft and missiles. They are networks, data, sensors, command systems, and cyber resilience. The human side of defense is also changing. The Defense Forces announced that the conscription system is being developed as a whole to better match the changing security environment and the needs of society. This includes renewing the call-up system and improving how young people are reached. This fits with the broader trend we have seen recently. Finland wants the whole age group to be better informed, the system to be more equal, and the reserve to remain strong enough for the future. Training methods are changing too. Ruotuväki reported that simulator training will be used more in the future. The key point from the article was that simulators do not replace instructors. They are tools for those instructors. That is a good way to think about it. Simulators can make training more efficient, repeatable, and safe, but they still need good leadership and realistic field training around them. Finally, there was one smaller procurement item that is actually very interesting. Finland is buying thermal clip-on optics for sniper and designated marksman rifles. The value is about 24.5 million euros, and the purchase supports night fighting and precision shooter capability. This fits with the same trend: better sensors, better night capability, better survivability, and better effectiveness for individual soldiers and units. So what's the big picture this month? Finland is strengthening defense in layers. At the strategic level, Finland is supporting Ukraine and meeting NATO spending goals. At the national level, Finland is strengthening readiness, industry, and conscription system. At the operational level, Finland is training with NATO allies on land, at sea, in the air, and in cyberspace. And at the tactical level, Finland is improving drone defense, thermal optics, simulators, and dispersed operations. And that's the real story here. Finland is not just preparing for just one type of a threat. It's preparing for drones, aircraft, cyber attacks, pressure on borders, long-range threats, naval threats in the Baltic, and the need to keep fighting even if normal infrastructure and society is disrupted. And that's very Finnish. It's not flashy, it's not built around one miracle weapon, but it's layered, practical, and designed to keep working under pressure. And that is it for this month's Finnish Defence Forces recap. Let me know in the comments which story you think matters the most: the Ukraine aid package, the airspace incidents, the drone defense training, the Pohjanmaa corvette, or the growth of the Patria CAVS program. And if you want more monthly Finnish defense updates, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.